Well, I'm sure filming this new season of Real Housewives of Orange County has not been an easy one for Shannon Beador, especially since that lawsuit from John Jansen came out. But some things are just not adding up about it. And we need to talk about this. All right, guys, welcome back. This is a whole new video. Monday, what is it, April 1st? This is not an April Fool's joke. None of my content is April Fool's joke related today, just so you guys are aware. We never do that to you guys. But I have made a goal to really put a lot of priority into being more consistent with the YouTube channel. To be quite honest, I've been quite intimidated over the last couple of years because it's just been back and forth with how it all works and getting adjusted to the platform and all the ins and outs. And so, not to bore you all, but I have put a lot of planning into it. So now I'm going to be putting a lot more time into this YouTube channel. And so I'm saying that to say, if you could please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I will be posting every single day. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm going to turn this channel upside down and bring you guys the latest and greatest. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So let's dive into what we are here to discuss, which is Shannon Beador and what is seeming like a horrific season to film thus far for her, I can imagine. Because if you all remember, she had that DUI, which, you know, she ended up getting 3 years of probation. And I think she's responsible for obviously paying the damages, which I think came to be about almost $25,000. But nonetheless, so she has that she's going to have to discuss. Then she has her fallout with one of her Tres Amigas, Tamra Judge. So there's that. And then if that's not enough, my friends. We all know that her and John Jansen split. And now he is dating Alexis Bellino, who is a friend of the show this season for Real Housewives of Orange County. So it's been a lot. Someone please check in on Shannon. I know that this is probably giving her like an eternal migraine, right? If that wasn't enough, you know, everyone's just kind of letting the smoke die down with the whole Alexis Bellino, John Jansen relationship. We get Alexis Bellino and John Jansen on the DirecTV carpet just a couple weeks ago, and they're both going on and on about how they don't want to hurt Shannon. They just want to be happy, the yada, 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 right? So everyone's trying to be cool. Well, not so much, apparently, because John Jansen slams Shannon Beador with a $75,000 lawsuit claiming that she never paid him back for the facelift money that I guess she needed to borrow, which that is probably the biggest question that I have, is why did she need to borrow the money for her facelift? But when you look further into it, it seems that there was two different amounts that were given to Shannon. One was for, I believe, $40,000, and then a second amount, which was maybe about almost a year later, if not a year later, for $35,000. Well, Shannon claims that it was a gift. John Jansen and his lawyers are basically saying no, although it was more of an oral agreement. There are texts and emails to prove that she understood that this was a loan that she needed to pay back with interest, because, wow, John sounds like a real keeper. But nonetheless, you know, she then made the statement saying that, you know, it was hurtful that John would file a lawsuit because obviously she's had her own trauma from lawsuits. Alexis Bellino, her ex-husband, Jim Bellino, if you guys may remember, sued Shannon Beador for defamation, and she ultimately won, but it left her with some scars, some battle wounds. And so I think, her statement was, she found out obviously that John wanted to take this to the courts with, filing a lawsuit. So she, I guess, realized, look, it's going to cost a lot more than $75,000 when you think about attorney's fees and court costs and yada, yada. Let's just give John $100K and call it a day. But with that payment of $100K, Shannon was asking that John Jansen sign a non-disparaging agreement, which he then declined and then decided to go ahead and still file. He's like, nope, we're going to take it to court, and I'm going to ask you to pay for my attorney's fees, which I think that's going to be a little tough to do. The attorney's fees part, I think, is going to be a little tough. I think this whole situation is going to be a little tricky because, again, this was originally, from his angle, an oral agreement, but he says that he has texts and emails to prove otherwise, and that she was aware of it, and now he's expecting to be paid back with interest and whatever. So first of all, that's a really shitty thing to have happen to you. But when I go back and dig a little bit further, I do believe it was at the end of the last reunion where Shannon fessed up to having a neck lift or some work done on her neck, because I think she had said that the plastic surgeon called John to say he had never taken that much skin out of someone's neck before. He made some sort of comment about the amount of skin that was removed from Shannon's neck, right? So my question is, okay, so that could be the $35,000 amount, right? Because this was this most recent reunion, I believe, that she talked about that. Okay, so then the year before, I guess I'm assuming the $40,000 was for the actual facelift that she had done. Again, if he's giving her the money, my question is, why is the plastic surgeon calling John to talk about Shannon's neck? Wouldn't he call Shannon and tell her about how much skin he removed from her neck? Like, that part's weird to me. So I feel like there's something off about this already. But anyways, so that's kind of like a little red flag to me. Because it's like, well, why is he involved at all? He gave her the money. She used that money allegedly to pay for these procedures. Why is he getting a phone call from your plastic surgeon? Are you guys all buddies? That brings me to my next point. Shannon Beador, at this point, could probably go to any plastic surgeon in Orange County or the Los Angeles area, and they would probably do the work for free just to have her as a celebrity client that they could promote, right? A lot of them do this. They do it with influencers on a much smaller scale. So I can't imagine that they wouldn't, at the very least, discount the procedure. But it sounds like it was pretty much full cost. So I'm like, well, that's a little odd. So there's all these questions, right? So like, what is this really all about? Then the point with why he wouldn't sign the non-disparagement agreement could be because he's obviously probably filming with Alexis this season, and he probably knows that if he hasn't already, he is going to talk about Shannon in not such a nice way. Things he's probably said are probably would come back to bite him in the butt if he signed that. So he probably wouldn't sign something like that. Honestly, understand why Shannon would want that, right? Because that would make sense. She obviously knows he's filming as well if he's with Alexis, so she probably wants to prevent him from saying anything harmful about her. Well, that didn't work. So now here we are. And now we're filming this season, and it seems like it's going to be the Shannon Beador season from everything that's happened. But I don't know. Do you guys think this is weird? I want to know from you guys. Let me know down in the comments. Is something off? Why would he be involved if he was just handing her money? And why would the doctor call him to tell him about Shannon's neck, like how much skin he removed, etc.? And then why is Shannon paying full price for these procedures? Anyways, guys, I want to know your thoughts down below. Please let me know. And like I said at the top of the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video and this content. But until the next video, guys, I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.